If there is one thing that unites K-pop stans, it's their general hatred for the entertainment companies who don't know how to treat their artists right. But just like their fans, idols also have their moments when they can't hide how they feel about their agencies and the way they're managed. So for today, I prepared a list of idols who literally expose their companies. GOT7. When you look up idol shading company, most of the search results are going to be GOT7, and there's a good reason why. These boys used to wake up and go to sleep with the image of JYP going bankrupt, and honestly, can anyone blame them for it? Because with the way JYP acted while they were still in the company, I was convinced he was trying to sabotage their careers out of jealousy. But I'm glad to announce that GOT7 members probably dislike JYP as much as he dislikes them, and our boys aren't shy to show that any chance they get. Seriously, it's like they can't wait for people to bring him up just so they can trash talk him, and I support them every step of the way. From looking literally disgusted with looking at JYP, mocking his annoying voice, to making fun of him when he was in the room with them, it seems like their favorite hobby is shading their former CEO. Oh my god, does anyone remember that live stream when a fan was complaining about their coworker never listening to others' opinions and always seeking self-satisfaction, and they joked about whether the fan worked at their company? I can't with them, but the thought of JYP being an even worse boss than we already know of makes my skin crawl. God knows what the members had to deal with. Girls' Generation. Girls' Generation isn't the only idol group under SM who trash the company as civilly as possible, but they're the ones who were the funniest about it. Suho has talked about them not even bothering to book suites for the members when they were abroad. Amber said that she was mistreated during her time in FX, and Baekhyun even told the fans to attack the managers because they were asking the EXO members to turn off the live so they can practice. But the way Girls' Generation called SM out has me crying even now. Taeyeon once was offered a Shodi album to autograph by a fan, so she gave the fan a brand new album and called SM out for the amount of defective albums. Sohyun also publicly expressed her frustration at the lack of artistic freedom and elaborated that she had submitted 6 songs, all of which were rejected. Sooyoung also hilariously complained about her lack of lines, saying that she woke up and put makeup on just to sing 8 lines. If there's one thing I miss about SNSD, is how savage they were when they were together. The chaotic energy was unmatched, and K-pop needs them more than ever now. Stellar. On to darker things. Stellar's sudden concept change has a sad story behind it, and the company is the one to blame. After debuting in 2011, Stellar rose to fame in 2014 when they released a music video for Marionette, which was inappropriate for younger audiences to say the least. Both the music video and the group's new concept quickly became controversial, and Stellar received a great deal of attention for the provocative outfits and marketing tactics. The group eventually went on to disband in February of 2018. However, Gayeon revealed that the members of Stellar had not been entirely aware of just how provocative the music video would be. Gayeon said, "There was a scene in which a member spills milk. The script said the character misses her ex-boyfriend. She tosses and turns in bed. She wakes up in the morning and drinks milk. Later on, while reading comments, she realized that the scene would invoke a certain image, and she was extremely shocked. It was simply creepy to think what the company asked them to do. This, unfortunately, wasn't the only time the company blindsided them. They made them change their outfits for vibrato for more revealing ones. The members took the pictures but expressed that they felt uncomfortable about it. The company told them to change but ended up using the provocative pictures either way." Gayeon expressed, "Because of the contract that we signed with our agency, whenever we said, we don't want to do this or that, they would respond, don't forget about your contract with the agency." For a young person, that was scary. It's really disturbing to think about all the groups, especially girl groups, that might have gone through the same things that we might never know about. Props to Gayeon for speaking up. CLC. At this point, Cube Entertainment is a synonym for the word incompetent, disbanding iconic groups like 4Minute, losing Hyuna as a soloist even though she single-handedly kept the lights on in the company, kicking some of their most talented and all-rounded artists out of their company because of baseless rumors and because they were in love. The list unfortunately goes on for a while. But when Yejin from CLC exposed them earlier this year, we were all furious. When Yejin was revealed to be a contestant on Girls Planet 999, all the while CLC had been silent for more than a year, the fans were already suspicious that something was happening that we had no idea about. But during a segment on the show that highlighted her career as an idol, Yejin tearfully explained that CLC were dismissed as a group by the company. She said, "The company said the team CLC would not have any more activities. I really gave my all to CLC. The way they couldn't even give an official statement when Cheshires were left wondering what happened to their faves is frustrating. Not even that, but Yejin herself had to break the news to everyone else. That company deserves nothing good." AOA. This might be a controversial entry with the recent drama and all that's been happening lately, but hear me out. FNC Entertainment has faced criticism for how they've handled all their Jimin and Mina drama. To back up all the criticism, clips and videos that showed how uncomfortable the members had genuinely been with each other have resurfaced, and left people wondering whether any of what the company presents has been real. There's also strong proof that could lead to believing that there's a chance that the company really did know about all that went on and chose to ignore it. Former member Choa exposed the CEO herself and said, "I really don't know him. He doesn't talk to you unless you are successful." Chanmi then added fuel to the fire by saying that the CEO didn't even know their names until they blew up with Miniskirt in 2014, which is 2 years after their debut. I'm not even counting all of the years that they had been a part of the company as trainees before their debut. So if he didn't bother to find out their names, we can safely assume that he had no clue about the serious situations happening between the members. This wasn't the only tea Choa spilled though. She also exposed the CEO's shameless favoritism, and when he tried to defend himself by saying it felt awkward to eat with his female idols, Choa said, "That's not true. He never bought us a meal, so we came up with a plan. We don't have a cell phone, so we left him a message on his car with a Sharpie." She was onto something that day. If that wasn't enough for you, the fact that 3 members left the group for similar reasons has raised quite a few eyebrows about the mistreatment behind closed doors. Blackpink. If anyone has a reason to run their company to the ground, it's the Blackpink members. They are the biggest girl group in the world, and they have released only 21 songs in the past 5 years of their career? How? Groups that are much younger than Blackpink have a bigger discography than them. Not only that, but YG gives Blinks every other content except for music. We got an Animal Crossing island, but not an album that's not 90% remixes of already existing songs. YG's priorities are obviously different from everyone else's. Jennie seems to think the same because at the end of a concert, she didn't want to say goodbye to all of their fans, but with their limited discography, the concert couldn't last as long as she wanted to. So Jennie, being the shady queen that she is, decided to go straight for YG's throat by saying, "I want to do like 10 more songs, if I had any." Fans grabbed this line and ran with it. This isn't the first time the girls had thrown shade at the company in the classiest way possible. Jisoo also hasn't held back when it comes to exposing how trash YG is when it comes to managing their money-making group. Towards the end of one of their concerts, Jisoo had to deliver some hilariously shady news. She started saying the announcement calmly. "From the few songs we have, only a few songs are left." Lisa is also known to have shaded the company on multiple occasions too. On one occasion, Lisa talked about her time as a trainee in Youth with Youth 3 after Lee Rong-hao asked what everyone was doing at 18 years old. Lisa answered, "When I was 18, actually I debuted when I was 20. So when I was 18, I was stuck in the basement of the company, practicing. Imagine having one of our best dancers of our generation at your disposal and sticking her in the basement. Get my girls out of there." BTS. Saving the best tea for the last. BTS really should put the big hit shares they bought to use and become the CEOs themselves. Jin Hit has been an inside joke for ARMYs for years, but what if? Well, unlike the other entries, BTS didn't expose the company through interviews or by liking shady comments on social media. They actually made an entire song about how much the company sucks. Yup, they got into the studio and rapped about how much they disliked Big Hit while they hadn't even stepped on stage yet. Before their debut, BTS made a song called A Typical Trainee's Christmas, where they dissed the company for not letting them date and for making them practice during Christmas. They did that as trainees, okay? Who can forget the iconic "We can't love, so how do we write love songs?" And of course, Yoongi's verse that said, "Our boss isn't different, even 3 years ago. We've never had that dinner outing that everybody else has. This year, I'll either be practicing or sitting alone in a corner." Sure, they have a great relationship with the company now, but we need the old shady Bangtan back. Maybe they can make a song about Jin's lack of lines or screen time. But the fact that they were even allowed to release this song and that the song is still up must mean something, right? Which company do you think did their idols the dirtiest? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!